A pleasant day, future teachers, and welcome to our class in SEM 7, the Logic and Set Theory. This afternoon or this day will be dealing with set theory. So these are the first steps that we have to know in studying set theory. Let us first define sets and elements. I know that you already encounter sets when you were in high school and even when you were in senior high school. A set consists of objects or elements. The elements can be numbers, letters, or whatever. Elements are listed inside curly brackets. Yan. So pag sinabi nating set, lahat yan ng grupo, basta na igugrupo siya, no? Kahit na numbers yan, letters yan, objects, animals, plants, everything that can be grouped, ayan ay pwede nating tawagin na sets. At yung nilalaman ng set, those are the what we call elements ng mga sets. Ano? And take note that the elements in a set ay hindi po pwede na nauulit. Okay? So we just write once the element inside the set. Sets can have a finite or infinite number of elements, or they can be empty. Finite meaning the numbers of elements can be counted, while if the numbers of elements cannot be counted, meaning we do not have we have an infinite number of elements, then that is what we call an infinite set. And a set can also be empty if there is no element inside the set, then that set is an example of an empty set. Empty sets, called the null set, have no elements and are denoted by the symbol circle with a slash, or sometimes the curly brackets with no elements inside the curly brackets. This is an example of set. We can represent set using this diagram, whether it's a circle, it's a rectangle, or any plane figure, or any figure that we have. Basta in-enclose natin yon sa isang figure, we can denote a set. And take note that in naming set, we always use capital letters. Like for example, we have set A here with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, pwede rin naman siya in word. A is a set of single-digit positive numbers, since all these elements are single-digit positive numbers. Set B, red, yellow, blue, is the set of primary colors. Pwede rin yan, na set. Set C, pwede rin naman na ito, we have this notation, the set of all x's such that 0 is less than 5 and 0 is less than x less than 5. So, simula tayo sa 0. 0 is not included since 0 is less than x. So, take note of this connotation. Kung mapapansin nyo, circle lang siya, dot siya without black inside, kasi hindi kasali si 0. Ibig sabihin, ang kasali lang ay yung mas mataas kay 0. Okay? So, mataas kay 0 pero hindi aabot ng positive 5 since x is less than 5. Kaya, ito kung mapapansin nyo, hindi siya naka-black. Pero kung mayroong equal to dito sa ilalim, for example, naging 0 is less than or equal to, then mababago yung ating diagram. Magkakaroon siya ng black dito. So, lalagyan na natin siya ng shade dahil si 0 ay included na if there is an equal to sign here. The same is true if there is an equal to here, naging x is less than or equal to 5, then ito, yung circle, yung dot na ito, iba-black mo yan, isa-shade mo to denote that 5 is included in the set. What is the set of possible outcomes from rolling a die? So, nilaro natin ito dati, yung die. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 since a die has 6 faces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the elements of set A. What is the set of possible even outcomes? Ito naman ngayon, even outcomes ang itinatanong. So what are the even numbers here? We have 2, 4, and 6. So the set of even outcomes or the elements of an even outcomes are 2, 4, and 6. Then papasok na dito ngayon si universal set. Ano ang ibig sabihin ni universal set? Universal set is the largest possible set for a given scenario. In this example, set A is our universal set because set A here is the largest possible set in the scenario. Kasi lahat ng elements na dapat ay mayroon sa isang scenario na kay set A na. Kasi in rolling a die, ang possible outcomes lang natin ay 1 to 6. Okay, so kapag lahat ng possible outcomes ay present na into a particular set, then that set is what we call the universal set. Ano naman po ang tawag natin dito kay A sub E or the set of possible even outcomes? That set is what we call the subset. Subset of all the possible outcomes. A because it contains some of the elements of A. Yan. Subset lang si A sub E ni A because A sub E, lahat ng elements niya ay portion lang ng mga elements ni A. Okay? The null set is also a subset of every set. Yan. So yung empty set or null set, lagi siyang subset ng lahat ng set. So take note of these two sets ha. The universal set, again, the universal set is a set of the largest possible set, while the subset is just a portion of a given set, subset yun. Subsets are denoted using this symbol. Okay, this is the symbol for subset. So we may say, we read this as A sub E is a subset of A. So kapag nilagyan natin ng slash yun, A sub E is not a subset of A. So like for example, A sub E, nagkaroon siya ng element na 7, automatically, dahil wala namang 7 si A sub E will become not a subset of A. So lalagyan mo lang ng slash. We move on to the complement. Ano naman ang complement of a set? A complement of a set is all of the elements in the universal set but not in the set of interest. Let's say for example, complements of sets are denoted using a prime symbol. Ayan, prime symbol. But sometimes, meron ding mga textbooks, meron tayong mga references na ginagamit. Ang makikita nyo ay exponent si C. So, ibig sabihin, A complement, A raised to C. But in this case, we are going to use the prime symbol para i-denote natin yung complement. What is the complement of the set of even outcomes when rolling a die? Sabi natin, since the universal set is A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ang hinahanap natin ngayon ay complement ng A sub E. Ayan. So, complement ng A sub E. Sabi natin, ang complement ng isang set ay yung set na naglalaman ng lahat ng mga elements na present kay A or sa universal set but not present doon sa set of interest. Okay, so ano-ano yung element na mayroon kay A pero wala kay A sub E. So those are 1, 3, and 5. So A sub E prime, we read this as A sub E prime or pwede rin namang complement of A sub E. Ayan ang sagot. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, and 5. The set or the set of possible odd numbers. Okay, so we move on to the operations with regards to sets. The union of two or more sets contains all the elements in all the sets. Ayan na. So, union. The union of sets A and B is the elements in either set A or B or both. Union yon. Unions of sets are denoted by the symbol U. What is the union of set A? The outcomes of rolling a dice, and set B. All positive integers between 7 and 11. So take note of these two sets. We have set A and set B. In set A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. While in set B, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we are asked to solve for the union of these two sets. And the symbol for union is this, like U. Set A with elements 1 to 6, then set B with elements 7 to 11. A union B is the combination of all the elements present to the two sets. So you will be having A union B equals 1 to 11. By the way, how many elements do we have in the union of A and B? We have 11 elements. Number of elements in a set is what we call the cardinality of the set. So in set B, what is the cardinality of set B? Cardinality of set B is the number of elements. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 is the number of elements in set B. Okay? So after the union, we'll be having the intersections of sets. The intersection of two or more sets contains all the elements that are in all sets, meaning the common elements of the two sets. That's the intersection. Ano ang magkamukha sa dalawang sets? Kung ano yung magkamukha sa dalawang sets, then that is the elements of the intersection of two sets. Like for example, all the elements in set A and B. Intersection of sets are denoted by the symbol inverted U. Kung kanina sa union, we use U as the symbol for union of sets. Here in the intersection, we use the inverted U. So what does it mean? Ibig sabihin, kabaliktaran ng intersection si union. Kung sa union, kinukuha natin lahat ng elements present to A and B. Here in the intersection, we only get the elements which are common to A and B. Alright. So what is the intersection of set A? The outcomes of rolling a dice, and set B, which are all the positive integers between and inclusive of 4 and 9. So set A, 1 to 6 pa rin yun. And then set B, sabi natin doon, all positive integers between and inclusive of 4 and 9. So lahat daw ng positive integers na nasa gitna ni 4 and 9, pero inclusive yung 4 and 9. So that means 4 and 9 are included in the elements. Alright, so you will have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we are solving for the intersection. We get what is common to A and B, and those elements are 4, 5, and 6. How about the disjoint sets? What do we mean by disjoint sets? These are two or more sets that have no elements in common. Walang magkamukha sa kanila. Pag walang magkamukha sa kanila, then those two sets are what we call disjoint sets. Therefore, the intersection is an empty set. Walang intersection yung dalawang disjoint sets. Ibig sabihin, wala sa kanilang magkamukha. Okay, so the intersection is an empty set. Okay, so suppose that we have these two sets, set A and set B. As you can see, in set A, we have solid figures. We have a sphere, cylinder, and a cone. In set B, we have pyramid, cube, and a pentagonal prism. Ayan. And kung titignan natin, walang magkamukha sa A at B. Sa elements ni A at B, walang magkamukha. Okay? Therefore, kung walang magkamukha sa kanila, disjoint set silang dalawa. And their intersection is an empty set. Okay, language of sets. Arrange the words, symbols, and images into the correct rows. Ayan. So we have the union, intersection, complement, not, and, or. Ayan. So we have the notation, keyword, and the Venn diagram. I-arrange nyo to, please. Screenshot this activity, and then after you screenshot try to arrange the words, symbols, and images into the correct rows. Iayos nyo siya, no? So, alin dapat ang nasa notation ni union, ano dapat ang keyword sa union, ano dapat ang Venn diagram ng union. The same is true with the intersection. Ano dapat ang notation niya, ano ang keyword, ano ang Venn diagram, hanggang kay complement. And then, you write your answer in a clean sheet of paper and then submit it via picture in our group chat, okay, in our Messenger SEM7. Okay? Done the screenshot? Alright. So we move on. Venn diagrams are useful tools in showing the relationship between sets. Ayan. So, pag in-start natin to, marami tayong Venn diagram since this is not, hindi naman siya nakalink. For you to be able to have different types of diagrams, please search on sa internet. Marami sa mga mathematics books with sets as the topic of that particular reference. Marami tayong Venn diagrams, okay? And the usual figure na ginagamit natin sa Venn diagram ay circles. Okay, let A be the set of all letters in the alphabet. So, ayun yan. A, B, C hanggang Z. Let B the set of all vowels in the alphabet. What are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Let C be the set of all letters in your name. Ayan. Draw a Venn diagram to represent these sets. What is the universal set and which are subsets? A is the universal set in this scenario. Please try this letter C and then include it into your activity. Yung pinagawa ko kanina, pakidugtong nyo doon. Okay? So, take note that in a set, letters cannot be repeated. So, you just write it once. B is a subset of A and C is a subset of A as well. Ayan. B and C, your name. Describe B prime. Ayan. Ipaliwanag nyo, ano yung B prime? B prime is the set of all consonants in the English alphabet. That's true because B is the set of all vowels in the alphabet. So, yung B prime, lahat ng wala kay B na nasa universal set, yun yung mga consonants. List the elements in B, intersect C, and B, union C. Ayan. So, magkakaiba kayo ng sagot dito. So, please, idugtong nyo ito doon sa activity natin na sinabi ko kanina, yung pinapa-screenshot ko sa inyo. Okay? Set in the animal kingdom. Set theory quiz. Okay. Another activity. All humans are mammals. Describe the set of humans in relation to mammals. Ayan, mamimili lang kayo dito. Subset ba siya? Union ba siya? Intersection, complement, or disjoint set? I-screenshot nyo rin ito and then dugtong nyo doon sa ating activity. Alright? So, I guess that would be all for today's discussion. I hope that you learned something from today's discussion. God bless everyone. Good luck. Keep safe and healthy.